All right, what's up, everybody? I am back at it again out here at the farm. It is December 30th, so we have one more full day in 2022 to hunt, and I still haven't filled my tag yet. So I came out to the farm. I've got 6 bales of alfalfa. I've already put an alfalfa bed up at the top on this point where I've kept corn all season. And then back behind me is the feeder. I'm making the video from my truck because it is extremely windy. It is 66 degrees here. Guys, just a week ago, it was -30 wind chill here in Kentucky. And today it's 66. All the snow's gone. It's almost like springtime hot. I mean, I'm out here in a sweatshirt and I'm dying. So extremely warm, poor conditions, extremely windy. So just trying to make a late season run. I've got 6 new cameras with me. Today I'm putting in different spots. I'm going down here into this bottom. I'm gonna hang a stand. I'm gonna put an alfalfa bed on this side. So the alfalfa beds are typically dual purpose for me at this point. Usually by this time of year, I've already filled my buck tag and I'm kind of transitioning into that shed season mentality. So I like to get my alfalfa beds out, keep the corn going, hopefully keep those bucks in and around those alfalfa beds, and then they'll typically lose their antlers within a 100-yard radius of the alfalfa bed. So I just put 4 bales out up there. I've got 2 bales I'm gonna put out down here. I'm gonna top the feeder off and then throw some cameras out just to try to get that late season intel. I just pulled that camera that I left out up at this point, and a ton of doe, but no bucks, no shooter bucks, just dinks, fork horn, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go down here into this bottom where there's this main travel corridor where that buck that I shot this year took off and got across the property line. I haven't seen or heard any action going on over there, so I'd say they're probably done hunting for the season. So maybe, just maybe, fingers crossed, these deer will get back to moving through this holler if those people ain't down in there hunting it all the time. So throw some cameras out. I'm gonna throw a climber down here in this bottom, and then this is where I'm gonna hunt tomorrow morning. And then we're gonna keep grinding it out, guys. We've got about another month here to fill the tags of 2022 and then start kind of getting our heads shifted into 2023 in that hunting season. So got a lot of decisions to make. I hate to give up on this spot, but it's just with the outfitter that they've put next door and the hunters that are all in this holler, and then the bedding area that they bulldozed that's not on this property, but it was a 20-acre piece of big, thick, lush cedar thicket that the bucks all went to, and that made this point such an amazing transitional spot. You just catch them going back and forth from this bedding area to that bedding area. Well, now they don't really have any reason to go up there, and they're not using this holler like they were before for travel because of these hunters. So it just really changed up the game for me. Plus the neighbors that have all moved in up here. We've got a dog kennel up at the top of one corner. We've got a family that moved in back here. The lady that used to own that traveled for a living, so she was hardly ever home. And when she was, she didn't make any noise. These folks are out there at 5:45 in the morning screaming at their kids every day. So just got dogs running around, pets, cats all over the place. It's really changed up the dynamic that I built out here for 13, 14 years, and just didn't see the bucks out here like I have in the past. So I don't know. We'll see what it looks like through late season. If I get any late season intel, if I'm holding those bucks here, and we'll kind of go from there. But I can tell you right now, more than likely, I'm going to make a move in some partnerships and do some door knocking this spring and see if I can acquire some better hunting property that's not so pressured. Get this work done. I'm gonna get these alfalfa beds all tended to, hang some more cameras, hang my stand down here in this bottom, and then get ready to make one last late season run here at filling this buck tag. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. Call me crazy, but it is Sunday, January 8th of 2023. So happy New Year if we haven't talked already. First and foremost, happy New Year. Hopefully it was a safe and great start to your 2023. Then thank you for everybody that has kept up with our season this far, that has went to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you. So I just wanted to say thank you very much. But I'm headed back to the woods. I have still yet to fill a buck tag. I have passed on just countless amounts of 120, 130 class deer, just countless amounts of doe. And I mean, it's been an action-packed season. It's just not been a, sit back and watch a big buck parade come by type of season. Just a lot of trials and tribulations that I've had to overcome this year, and we've done it. And here it is, January 8th of 2023, and I'm headed back out. We have 1 week from today. So our season here in Kentucky closes January 15th. So that's 1 week from today. But I don't have a full week to hunt because I'm headed to Texas tomorrow morning and I won't be back until late Wednesday. And then so I'll be hunting Thursday and Friday, of course, Saturday and Sunday if need be. But we're going to take it all the way down if that's what it takes this season to get on one of these big mature bucks. I've got a very large bachelor group of bucks that have moved in on the farm. One is this crazy gnarly 8-point, definitely a great coal buck. I'm pretty positive he's at least 5. And then the big 9 that I passed on opening day, I've passed him multiple times, matter of fact, but the best video footage I've got of the deer is he was 60 yards from me for 30 minutes on opening day of Modern Gun. And I decided not to pull that trigger. Kind of wish I would have done that now, especially after going back and editing the video and really studying that deer. I'm convinced now that he's a 5-year-old plus deer, and I really wish I would have wrapped my tag around him. Great deer, unique antlers. So we're in that time now. I'm not going to be real picky. I'm definitely looking at filling my tag with a coal buck if that's what I need to do. So we're headed out here. Got that great intel on some good bucks. I don't have a great wind, but it's 43 degrees. It's totally cloudy out today, but the pressure's rising from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock. So it's just steadily getting better. So I'm really hoping these deer will be on their feet. I went out and freshened up the corn pile yesterday. Friday. Did not hunt yesterday. Went out and spent some time with the family. But guys, I'm rambling. I'm excited. I'm headed out to the woods for the second time of 2023. I've actually hunted, but I didn't video it. I'm headed out here, going to have some late season success and hopefully close this season, this extraordinarily difficult season. It's been very humbling. It's the first time since 2010 that I have not filled my tag on a big mature buck by the end of gun season. So kind of uncharted territories, but I know one thing. Those bucks are coming to food. They're bedding close to food. I know where these bucks are traveling from. So I think we have a good chance of going out here and have some, seeing some good action. So you've already hung in there with us this long. I ask that you keep hanging in here, and hopefully we're going to end this thing on a positive note. And yeah, I'm going to stop talking. Let's get to the woods. All right, January 28th, 2023, and we are in the postseason here in Kentucky and out at the farm. Came out yesterday and pulled cards just to see if my bucks out here are still holding, and for the most part every buck on camera was still holding except for the ones that I already knew were missing one side or the other this year. So came out, got, man, 500 pounds of corn. I don't know where the sun's at, so y'all are getting blinded, but got corn, gonna fill the feeder. As you can see, I've got my alfalfa beds out, but bucks just aren't dropping their antlers just yet. So I got down in this bottom. I usually don't push down in there too much, but yesterday I've got a stand down here that I rehung this last season, but we didn't hunt it. And it's a heavy trail that wraps all the way around. And then of course, the issue with the neighbors and them hunting right up on the property line. So I got a bunch of no trespassing signs we're gonna be putting out today. We're gonna make some changes down here, keep these deer pulled over on this side, and I'm gonna move that feeder that's way over in that other bottom that we usually don't get to very often. We'll bring that down here into this bottom, so it's gonna be about 200 yards, 250 yards from this top feeder down here in this bottom. It's gonna have a good shot lane. We're gonna cut some trees out, and we're gonna do some hinge cutting all down in this bottom, make some bedding right in here. Gonna have feed down there. I'm gonna do a 4-wheeler trail that runs over to it, so just make it easy access so I can get that thing filled throughout the season. But we've got a couple months here that we can continue to bait and feed these deer and keep them healthy before we have to stop baiting for turkey season. So I think it's March, April, May. We can't bait here in Kentucky just for make sure there's no bait out while you're turkey hunting. But gonna get down here and get a bunch of stuff today. We're gonna clear this out. We're gonna make it real nice down here, nice little sanctuary into this bottom. We're gonna do a nice four-wheeler access down this side of this side skirt, this hill, so that we can get to that. We're gonna fill this feeder, we're gonna fill that feeder. I've got a gravity feed that's gonna go on the 55-gallon drum feeder that's on the other side. The reason why we didn't use it much last year is it's got that electric dispenser, and those things just keep going out. Either the batteries corrode or the dispensers themselves lock up. I hate them. So I moved to this gravity feed up here. Haven't had the slightest bottoms or problem. It's got a coupler on it so that you can adjust how much feed you want these deer eating. So we're gonna get that set up down here in this bottom, exactly like this setup, and clear a bunch of stuff out, make sure there's shooting lanes. We're gonna move that stand that's over on that other side of the property down to this bottom on the other side of the creek so we can hunt it in 2 different wind directions. But guys, we're gonna get after it. Matt and his son, or Ian, are on their way out, so they're gonna help me pack all this stuff down into this bottom, and we're gonna get a bunch of work done today. Stay tuned. Maybe you keep them out. I doubt it. Woo! You got the mineral? Ian, is this your first time on Deer 30?
I think so.
Think so? Say hi to everybody.
Hey.
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 Just like his dad.
Camera shy as all get.
But we got the mineral down. Got 3 or 4 signs. How many do you do? 3?
3 signs, got 2 more to go.
Yeah, so we'll do the other 2 on the other side. But we're getting work done. Now the real work begins because we have like 700 shit to haul down to this bottom. That's why we got the young lad with us. By the way, folks, this smells like ass. Bad.
Rotten corn.
Rotten corn. This thing's set over there for, I don't think I filled this one up. Well, I know I didn't fill it up all last year.
Debut for our debut on Moonshiners.
Yeah, for real. Already smells better. All right, everybody, so it is the next day. It is September 29th, and as you can see, it is extremely gloomy. It's just that perfect day to get out and shed hunt. Now, I know it is early to be out shed hunting, but I've got intel on what was gonna be one of my target bucks for the 2022 season. He just had really gnarly, long brow tines. And I think I got my first pictures of him on October 24th, if I'm not mistaken. And then like October 28th, so like 4 days later, he showed back up and he was missing his G2 and G3 on his left side. So he kind of fell off the list, kind of kept up with him. I was pretty sure where he was hanging out, but anyway, I just got intel that he has lost his right side, his good side. And so I really want to get a hold of that antler and just put some measurements to it to see kind of how big the deer really was. So I pushed down into an area. Plus, on top of that, we've got a ton. I've probably got 20 mature bucks running on this property that I would like to find their sheds to. So I just dove back here to where I thought he might be hanging out and got down into some bedding area, jumped up some deer. None of them had antlers, so walked all down in that area, rubs everywhere down there, but just no antlers. So I pushed down over here into an area where I typically find at least 3 or 4 sheds, a couple deadheads every year. And guys, I just came up with my first shed for the 2023 season. So let's go over here. I'm pretty sure this is last year's, just based on the way it's laying here. How I missed it last year, I have no idea, but haven't walked up to it yet. So let's do it together. Here we go. Yeah, guys, so first shed of the 2023 season. Pretty sure it's last year's. Not real sure. I mean, it doesn't look chewed up or anything, so let's go down here and get it. I don't know if I can get the pickup on camera. Here we go. Oh yeah, broke off. Definitely last year's shed, guys, but I am stoked with that. It doesn't have any chew marks on it. Pretty clean antler. So heck of a way to start the 2023 shed season here. It's not the big one that I'm looking for, but we're gonna keep looking for it. So stay tuned. All right, I'm back, and yep, the beard's gone. Man, it feels weird. It's been the first time in year and a half that I haven't had a beard, but I had some stuff to do at work, and I was like, you know what, it's time to let it go, and maybe we'll start it back up here again. But for now, smooth sailing from here. Hopefully that's what the 2023 hunting season is going to feel like for us. But 2022 definitely proved to have a ton of adversity, especially for me. It was a great season for the majority of our crew. Unfortunately for me, I just couldn't get over the adversities. I continued to climb that mountain, and it seemed like I hit another wall. Climb that mountain, hit another wall. So no excuses. And at the end of the day, if this was easy, everybody would do it. But I told you in the beginning of the season, I was going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of this season. And that's what I think we've accomplished. So we're not a YouTube channel that goes out and just has endless amounts of opportunity. We're not a channel that has, that just holds 160, 180 class bucks all the time. And especially since I've lost so many different permission farms over the years that I had invested a ton of time in. But we've got an answer. We've got something coming, hopefully in the near future, that's really going to allow us to have a lot more control over our hunting situation. But that's for another episode. For this one, just going to close this one out to officially close out the 2022-2023 season. And I'm down here in this bottom because you might be able to hear, it's extremely windy here in Kentucky today. February 19th, it's going to be 55 degrees today. Tomorrow, it's getting into the mid 70s. And then the next day, on Tuesday, we're talking about upper 70s here in Kentucky at the end of February. It's absolutely crazy. We've had the worst weather season that I've ever endured in the hunting woods, and it's continuing to show now because it's going to go from 70 something back down to 30. It's crazy. Along with that, we're having storms and in bad weather, but I'm in this bottom. We're on this shelf just up from this bottom where I think 3 weeks ago, myself, Matt, and his son Ian came in, as you just saw, really cleaned this place up, did some hinge cutting, really cleaned out a lot of the undergrowth, a lot of the brush, and we moved this feeder over here under this shelf, onto this bench, and then we got a mineral site started. I came in here on February 2nd and checked these cameras, and there was nothing. I mean, I don't even know if a raccoon had hit it yet. Today, we've got a ton of deer sign. They've cleaned underneath of this feeder out. I've already got established almost a hole being dug at the mineral site. Tons of intel, but there were no bucks. So that was 2 card pulls in a row, probably over a month worth of intel, and really didn't have any bucks. Maybe, some spikes here and there, some forkhorns, couple 2-year-olds. But this morning on the 19th at about 1 o'clock,
I have 4 of the 6 cameras that I've pulled so far have had the same big bachelor group of bucks on. There's about 6 bucks running together, everywhere from, those 2-year-olds. I think there's a couple 3-year-olds and then one 4-year-old in there, which is the 9 that I passed on opening day. Passed them multiple times this season. At the end when you're eating tag soup, it's kind of bittersweet. I wish I would have taken that deer because I believe he's either 4 or 5. Got some definite mass to him, but he's healthy. He made it through the season, and hopefully he'll be a target buck for us this year. I haven't gotten any intel on that big gnarly 8, either one of them that's out here. They haven't been on camera. But I came out, as you see, I got my binos with me. I was going to plan on doing some early season shed hunting today. Man, it's hard to say. But every single buck that I have on camera, to include the spikes, all have both sides of their rack. So it just doesn't make sense to push any of these bedding areas and really continue to push down further. This little site right here is definitely getting hot. So just going to close this video out. Guys, I just want to say thank you. I know this was not the ideal season for me this year, but my crew had an amazing season. Matt come out, filled several tags, filled his buck tag on a really nice 8-point. Sean closed out a 5-year drought and filled his buck tag for the first time in 5 years on a really nice buck, good old coal buck. And then Keenan took his largest buck of his life, so that was an amazing story there. And then Drew, all the way down to the final hour, literally the final hour of late muzzleloader here in Kentucky, but he made it happen. He continued to stick with it, and that's in between all of his businesses. That's in between duck hunting, because if you don't know, that crew is ate up with duck hunting. I think we might add a little bit more of that this season, of their adventures in the duck waters and on the ponds, or whatever you call them. I'm not a duck hunter. I've actually never duck hunted. We're hopefully going to change that this season. I think I haven't duck hunted because I'm scared of it, because as passionate and crazy I am about deer hunting and turkey hunting and how much time I already spend in the woods. Man, if I add turkey or duck hunting to that as well, and it's as addictive as I think, and as I've been told it is, I might wind up getting divorced. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared of duck hunting because I think I'm going to love it so much. But here or there, all the work that these guys put in, all the work that I put in, and for me, it just didn't come together. It felt like every time I climbed over a wall, another one was built, or a bigger one was built. And I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. Like I said at the beginning of the season, I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, because that's what it's all about here. We're not a YouTube channel that just has endless amounts of opportunity and endless amounts of land, private land. We do what we can. We continue to face adversities. Like I've already expressed to you, I'm not going to get back into that, but I let a lot of 120s and 130s walk this year because of what I was looking for, and I couldn't make it happen on a big mature buck for the first time since 2010. And but I learned a lot, and that's the biggest thing, guys. If you don't have a successful season, it's only a failure if you don't learn from your mistakes, right? If you don't learn how to become a better hunter and put in the time and get down here like I'm doing right now and getting ready to start doing for this season, is that postseason scouting, learning your land, learning your pinch points, learning your stand locations, making moves. That's what I'm doing now, and that's what I always do. But it's definitely been humbling this year to not fill a buck tag. And I got 3 of them here in Kentucky. So I got 2 different quoted buck tags that I can fill that I've never filled. And then I've got, obviously, my statewide tag here in Kentucky. We went to Ohio, didn't have any luck there. EHD, weather, timing, I think everything was off for us there too. So we put in the time, we grind it out. And unfortunately this year, I'm having to have humble pie with a little side dish of tag soup. So it's all good. I appreciate you guys continuing to tune in and continue to support our channel and what we do here. I don't want to hide anything. We show it as it is, but at the same time, you can only make so much good content that people actually want to watch filming slickheads and yearlings. That's the most frustrating part about it. We just didn't have the bucks on camera like we normally do, and it is what it is. So we're making some changes. I'm knocking on doors. We're finding new opportunities. I think I have something in the works. Here comes the wind again. But I think 2023 and beyond, there's big things coming for Deer 30 Outdoors. So again, thank you all for all your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your views and those likes. You know, if you're not subscribed, do us a favor. Get down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you're notified whenever we're dropping these new episodes. And guys, until next season, well, this season, until next time, wake up and hunt.